As an addendum to the below ridgetop recovery, I want to show how to join a ridge below ridgetop from at a perpendicular angle. Again, as a beginner, you should never find yourself in this situation because the thing it gets really tricky and dicey pretty quickly. This is mostly to build awareness of technique and how a ridge works below ridgetop. The kind of way in which you could find yourself in this situation in the future is, for instance, if you're doing a downwind transition from an upwind ridge down to a downwind ridge and you hit some sink and you're below ridgetop. Now, when we are coming in toward a mountain at a 90-degree angle like this, we have a strong tailwind, and we have to be very, very careful to make our turn early and drift in toward the mountain. If you misjudge that turn, you are going to basically you're going to get bunched up against the mountain, and you can actually crash into the mountain. And we've actually had a pilot that landed in the trees in a 126 in a turn, settled right in, didn't get hurt, but she landed in the trees because he started the turn too late, and then right at the apex of the turn, he basically just saddled right into the trees at right as he was just about ready to complete the turn. So the way we join the mountain and the way we deal with a situation like this is we start our turn early. We'll turn to the left in this case. And we will maintain ample airspeed at the far end of the turn because we're going to expect quite a bit of turbulence and things like that, and we want to be well in control of our situation. And so we're going to start our turn early and drift on in. So I'm already just starting my turn gently. Gently starting my turn. And then I'm just letting myself slide on to the mountain. And I am maintaining my airspeed. As I'm climbing, well, in this case we found a little bit of a thermal, so we can afford to do a bit of an S-turn. But as we're doing this, we're maintaining quite a bit of airspeed and turning away from the mountain and being very careful. And now we're above the mountain again. So, to reiterate, beginners should not put themselves in a situation where they are below ridgetop, having to join the mountain and do anything like that. However, this is an important skill to know for the future. The ridge does work below ridgetop, but you really shouldn't be here. Should you be coming in at a pretty sharp angle, such as a 90-degree angle to the ridge, you should be planning to make your turn early and kind of letting the wind do the work of pushing you into the mountain. As you do this, you got to be watching your airspeed very carefully. Do not let it get below 45 knots, 50 miles an hour. And the other thing is, if the ridge is not working, so if you get to the ridge and where at the altitude which you're at, it's not sufficient to sustain you, you're going to settle down lower and lower and lower. We will do a demonstration of this at some point in the future, but it's very tempting to want to kind of maintain your altitude as you're going along, and then you can get really dangerously slow very quickly. So you got to watch that airspeed, you got to maintain that airspeed, and then as you float along the ridge, then just kind of maintain that position and let it do the work of climbing you up. If you find a thermal, you can afford to do a couple S-turns if you very gingerly work that turn and keep that coordination and do everything right.